No, that's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fort at Sidewalk. We've got a great show for you tonight, and we're starting it off with a rather unusual thing to be happening here at the Sidewalk. We're having a musical by one of our very favorite acts here, Peter DeZosa. So I'll turn the mic over to him.
Thank you, Steve. Well, thank you for coming out. We're going to be doing the 8th performance of Prepare to Meet Your Maker. It was originated at the Fort at Sidewalk on July 14th, 1996. So here we are, the day before Bastille Day. Last year's with Remember to Free the Marquis. And this time, we welcome you all here for a similar freedom experience. It's called Prepare to Meet Your Maker. We'll be, what else can I say just about Bastille Day? There are a lot. We did a Cole Porter song last night, Jerome and I. It's called Give 'em the Ooh La La. So that's what we're going to be doing for you tonight. It begins as you wish. Andy Uhlenhop will be playing Andy Uhlenhop will be playing the person guarding the gates, the pearly gates. And he'll be asking some members of the audience as they try to get in. We'll see how they do.
Yes, I guard the pearly gates, and I believe we have some people out there who are trying to get into the pearly gates. Do we have an X somewhere? I know we have an X somewhere. Isn't there an X somewhere? Oh, and what is your name?
X.
Once more?
X.
X what?
XX.
Oh, XX, okay. And what do you do, XX?
Zex.
You Zex. Well, that's good. And have you been to the Baptist?
X.
X. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
The yes? You just don't look like you have been to the Baptist. I'm sorry, I can't let you
He
in.
can come in if he's been to the Baptist.
But he just doesn't look like he's been to the Baptist. I can't let him in. Do we have a Y somewhere? I know we have a Y. Oh, we have to go all the way back here. All right. Y. And what is your name, sir? Once again, it is?
Y.
Y. All right. Y what?
Why?
Y. All right. And what do you do? Y. What is it? Y.
I'm so unhappy.
And yet you are unhappy, and yet I can tell by being faithful to your wife you have received a nice new car!
I know.
Well, then why is it that you cry? Why?
Riding on a skateboard.
Well, if you're not happy, then you can just go stand on that cloud over there. All right, do we have a Z or somebody along those lines? Somebody with the name... Oh, we do. And what is it that you do, Z?
I'm an attorney.
An attorney? Well. Have you been to see the Baptist?
Yes, I even kissed the Baptist.
Well, then you will get the finest mansion, a Victorian mansion, in the most exclusive courtyard within the pearly gates.
But Peter Gabriel, why do I get such a nice house when the Pope lives in shacks?
Well, we get lots of popes, but we never get an attorney. And if you don't like it, you can just go stand over there on that cloud. Is there anyone else? Is there anybody else with a question? Oh, and you are?
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hey!
And what would you like, A?
Peter Gabriel, why do we eat cornflakes where they're served as seafood down below?
Well, why fuss for just the two of us?
We interrupt this evening to present the following important new play by a master surrealist requiring total attention. To anyone who finds this offensive, we ask that you look upon it as a cry for help. Prepare to meet your maker. Scene 1, the pearly gate. I want you.
Knock, knock.
Peter Gabriel.
Who's there?
I want you.
I want you who?
Want you in me.
The door opens on a dirty, disheveled match girl demanding love.
Come back when you've been to the Baptist, okay?
And then will you fuck me?
Well, at least I'll let you across the corridor, all right?
Scene 2, the sidewalk.
Excuse me. Do you know where I might find the Baptist?
At the bathhouse?
Take me there.
What I mean is, I think you'll find him wherever they commit ritual cleansings and purifying murders.
Scene 3.
Oh.
Scene 3, a Turkish sauna. We tried to use local settings.
Where is it? It's on 10th Street. Is that him? Are you the Baptist?
What if I am?
I want you kneels and separates the folds of a towel around his waist.
I won't baptize you that way, young lady.
Scene 4, a strip club. Owanchu performs the Dance of the Seven Veils.
Like that, but the king seems to like it.
Scene 5, the Pearly Gates.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who wants you in me?
The door opens on a clean, dignified, and well-groomed young lady holding something behind her back.
And have you been to see the Baptist?
I even kissed the bastard. Ooh, here's his head.
Drastic. Well, come in. Welcome to the ordered world. Dinner will be served in the main hall at 8.
Scene 6, dining hall.
Now, you get to meet your maker.
Is that him?
No,
Is he my maker?
no. She's sitting next to you.
Mommy!
On that happy note, the play ends. But the story continues. After Owanchu says,
Mommy!
she falls lifeless, head collapsed on the dining hall table. Hunchbacks, lorded over by an overlord, arrive by wagon to collect her. She responds to one of them. Actually, while lifting her corpse into their wooden wheeled cart, one of the hunchbacks senses a glimmer of a response. He is very sensitive. His name is Quasimodo. I haven't seen the Disney Quasimodo, but I don't think there's a relation. A burial follows, then a grave dance, as the hunchbacks drop one by one, senseless with exhaustion. While the others sleep, Quasimodo digs and unearths Owanchu. A scene of necrophilia follows, which precedes Owanchu's reawakening, and then Quasimodo dances solo as Owanchu rises out of the hole.
Wow! I brought you to life! You are my slave. I will call you Sementaria.
How can you pay for even a moment's domination of me?
If you help me, I will pay.
Well, that's a good attitude. Who are you?
Quasimodo, jobbing to the Overlord.
Well, what do you do, Quasimodo?
I dig graves. This was yours.
His looks disturbed.
I retrieved you.
I died?
Yes, and I brought you back to life.
How did you do that?
Well, I knew when I was taking you out of
What that I'm an entertainer?
Well, that you were sort of a pushy, demanding person, and one that was responsive if I were there to, well, go and take you out
Oh,
after
my
we
God.
put you
Oh,
in the grave, and then
You're one of
I
those-
knew because
You're one of those.
sensitive.
Oh, no!
Yes,
What is that
actually,
word?
oh,
You're one of those.
I'm a necrophiliac.
Oh, I died. But men and women within the pearly gates knew how to appreciate entertainment.
Yes, but I think you killed the Baptist.
Cemeteria stretches. She displays a glamour even while naked, which causes Quasimodo to cower and crumple as she stands tall and beautiful over him.
I don't like you hunched over like that. Stand up straight.
He finds himself able to do so.
Why can't you straighten your hair? What's wrong with them?
Rickets.
Straighten them. I don't like them.
He finds himself able to do so.
What else is wrong with you?
Scarlet fever, leprosy, syphilis.
Oh, pig. How do you feel?
Great.
You look terrible. You need some hair.
The Dewdrop Inn appears before them.
Send it in. Do you mind careful if we go in there to get our bearings?
I approve of that idea.
They rent a room. While Cemeteria rests on the bed, Quasimodo admires his rejuvenation in the bathroom mirror. As fresh hair grows from his stringy scalp, he sings our first song of the evening.
I don't know what she'll do, but I have total faith in her judgment. I don't know what she wants, but I respect her will. There's something on her mind, burning up inside her.
When Quasimodo leaves the bathroom, he finds Cemeteria lying lifeless on the bed. He groans as his hump returns.
Oh!
By checkout time the next day, all is well. A handsome Quasimodo takes the resurrected Cemeteria back through the pearly gates.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It is I, Quasimodo, Dobbin to the Overlord. And I brought a helper.
You can enter around the back.
Good fortune gravitates to the attractive couple, and within a few weeks, Quasimodo and Cemeteria occupy a home in one of the most exclusive courtyards within the pearly gates, and they go out waltzing every night. One night, while Cemeteria plays guest to a neighbor, Quasimodo goes out drinking. After one too many, he performs his Cemeteria song to an affable gent he meets at a fine local restaurant.
As long as we keep fucking.
Necrophiliac bashers ambush him while he is walking home. They spare his life when he agrees to banishment. Preparing for departure, he tells Cemeteria to give up the house and to leave with him.
Otherwise they will come for you, young lady, and take you back to your grave.
Dawn. Quasimodo waits outside the gates, but Cemeteria does not arrive. Instead, he meets Matilda, a woman out for a stroll with no particular place to go, but who still has clearance to cross the pearly gate, and to whom he speaks about nothing but his Cemeteria. Matilda.
All right. What's so great about her?
Yes, well, where to begin? She always gets her way. She must get her way. But she has direction for greater good. She helps the rich and powerful do whatever they want, which includes destroy themselves. She's a Kevorkian, assisting people to their doom. She barely has a hold on reality, but her professionalism is so dynamic that I rely upon her, even as I cater to her. Help me find her!
In the weeks that follow, Matilda goes about her business, but stumbles on news about Cemeteria, outside the pearly gates.
May the Lord forgive me, Quasimodo, for telling you this. Cemeteria is with the Overlord. He picked her to participate in a lunch seminar he's conducting.
The Overlord of the Ordered World. Oh, shit, and another lunch seminar. Where is he?
He's at his bank. They invited a host of strippers there for an empowerment seminar. Security is very tight.
A failed rescue attempt ensues, whereby Quasimodo frightens away the shorter strippers.
Boo!
But he returns to his wasteland alone. The following month, Quasimodo and Matilda meet again.
Where's Cemeteria? Where's the Overlord?
He had his mountain casino for a week, and he took one of the strippers with him.
I wonder which stripper. I wonder which mountain casino. I think we know the answers. I'm going there to get her. Prepare to come along.
Sure, I have a week's vacation.
Good. But whatever you do when we get there, don't gamble.
My only bet will be that my intuition can beat his odds.
They begin trudging up a mountain in the wasteland, stalked by bloodhounds as they hike.
You help me duck in with issues in the manger.
And still we climb, I'm sure in time we'll reach the summit.
We carry tools and trash.
We'll win.
We've won.
Oh, wow,
I can't believe it. While we're busy gambling, there are bouncers on patrol. Though we lose our shirts, we shall not lose our self-control. For is our blood not the same as theirs?
our blood is quite the same as theirs.
The difference is we go in pairs. Going for the overlord of the ordered world. I'll place a bet that my intuition beats his odds.
At his casino,
We'll win so big he'll have to show himself and make us gods.
but we must take
Don't you play too long. If they play the game, he always wins, they always lose. Remember the freak of nature is on you. Remember the freak of nature is on you.
A mule is the issueless offspring of a horse and donkey. Mules cannot reproduce. Quasimodo and Matilda arrive at the peak of the mountain where Noah's Ark landed after the flood. The Ark is now a gambling casino wherein they are greeted by Maitre D.
Welcome to Mount Ararat. Did you, take the tram or did you come by helicopter?
No, we hiked up. We're too cheap.
Quasimodo uses his fortune to try to break the bank and force the appearance of the Overlord.
I use the Evelyn Tremble method.
Matilda, meanwhile, can't resist the slot machine.
Shit, lost again.
Within weeks, their debts overwhelm them.
I'm sorry, you'll have to come with us.
But I came to see the Overlord. Where is he?
Take them away!
Matilda is sold into slavery.
87, do I hear 87, 87, do I hear 87, 86 going once, 86 going twice, 86, sold for $86,000 to the young lady from the We Care Nail Salon.
And Quasimodo appears before the bankruptcy tribunal.
I see that you were at Dobbin at the cemetery. How came you to arrive in Chancery?
In the past several months, I have both acquired and lost a great deal of property and wealth. I appeal to the three lords, the landlord, the overlord, and of course you, my lord, in this my bankruptcy proceeding, to release the only good thing in my life. Please, let me have my Cementeria.
Cementeria is willingly loved by the Overlord.
Of course he loves her, but the fact is she's dead and my fucking her is what's keeping her alive.
I believe there has also been some benefit to you, Mr. Quasimodo.
Oh, aye, she's been a good luck charm, my lord.
In fact, anyone who makes love to her, if I may coin a phrase, is keeping her alive. And if not you, then she's empowering someone else.
Then she needs me for my philosophy.
You can take your philosophy to the hunchbacks!
An elaborate escape from debtor's prison and a failed rescue ensues. A month later, Quasimodo, crumpled and gnarled again, hears about a giant in a nail salon. He goes there and finds Matilda. She has become a manicurist.
Where's Cementeria?
Give me money for breast enlargement.
What's the matter with your breasts?
I want them like cementerias.
What good will that do?
You'll see. Breasts are going to get me out of here.
All right, I'll get you the money. Where's Cementeria?
North America. She's fiancée to an undertaker's son.
End of episode.
fulfillment is hardly half the praise. And all my calculations fly to the wind. And my life begins. I love the girl in the poplar tree. I love the glass with the mystery. I see the path, there's work to do while I'm waiting. So I'll wait in line, my lesson learned will be carried there. Where calls for help are too much to bear. This good it is, wants to keep or share it. Oh God, so I guess I hang my head and fly to the Lord. Hang my head and change things once more. Hang my head, return to the kingdom, and be replenished till the gates finished. Hang my head and fly to the Lord. And change things across the board. Hang my head, return to the kingdom, and be replenished till the game is finished. Till the game is
Cementeria, or Girlfriend of an Undertaker's Son, another sequel. Late 1980s, United States. Scene 1, a phone call between father and son. Father.
Son, I'm so glad that you finally found a nice young girl to bring to the house.
Son. Thanks, Dad. We'll see you Sunday. I'll also be bringing over the movie, Alien.
Son, I don't want that movie in my house.
But Dad, it's great. It's so claustrophobic. It's by Ridley Scott. He made Blade Runner.
Not in my house.
Scene 2, Cementeria, known to them as Megan, and the son at his apartment.
Father doesn't want the film Alien in the house.
Oh, someday you'll be able to say which movies can and cannot play there.
Oh, Megan. I know we've seen it before, but it's a current, commercially successful, important film that I wish all the guests could see.
Bring it and screen it in the cellar.
Great idea. That way it will be there, and people can watch it when they want, without Father knowing about it.
Scene 3, Sunday dinner at the father's house. As the guests eat, one of the women becomes nauseated. Her eyes roll. She very nearly explodes, but before she does, the son runs downstairs and shuts off the movie. The men watch idly while the other women joke about the woman taking ill. Before the son returns to the table, the father engages Cementeria in conversation.
So, my son tells me you're an entertainer.
Yes. Would you like to hear songs?
Would you like to sing it?
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I love to sing
I'll announce you after dinner.
Oh.
During the sherbet course, Cementeria explores the lower levels of the mansion and discovers that Quasimodo is in the sub-basement preparing to help her escape. On the way up, she passes the video machine with the tape in it. Noticing it, she discovers it is not running. She presses the play button and returns to the table for the second half of the meal. Within the hour, everyone suffers the systematic deaths of the film. During the scramble for emergency medical service, the son discovers Cementeria sitting on a couch watching the movie.
Help me! Everyone is dying!
I don't care whether they live or die.
I suppose I know that.
He gasps, "Mommy!" and falls lifeless at her feet. Quasimodo is under the couch.
I hate being down here, but I love looking up at her. She is my mother goddess, my creator, my Isis. She restored me when my 14 parts were scattered, 2 in each of the 7 seas, and now I've come to reclaim her. I lost interest in satisfying another person's needs, sexual or otherwise, and concentrated meagerly on satisfying my own. Then I was dead, but you brought me to life. Do you hear me, my Cementeria?
Yes. Do you mean what you say?
I do. You are my life giver.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What about me?
Oh, I'll come down and get you.
but I want to know what I am for you.
I don't know. I'm just glad to be alive.
What about that song you were going to sing?
I'll sing it. People bitch about subways, writings on the wall. Their parents, their jobs, the problems their friends have, the taxes, the taxis and all. The tired, the amazed, the petty and the small. The noise of it all. Went to bed with my maker, lost my life for a while. Silent God, the light was too bright through the wonder that led me on. Of the Lord, the Lord, the Lord and the Lord. She was kind as a race to remind me the purpose of our life is too tall. Don't be small, she said. Just think big and stand tall. For the Lord, yes, the Lord, yes, the Lord made the I'm just glad to be living. For sex, my life is my own. When I think big, I can move mountains and then I can live some more. For the Lord, the Lord, the Lord and carry on, let the weary dead shut me
At the conclusion of the song, Cemeteria keels over, dead.
That boy didn't do much for you, I see.
Quasimodo crawls out from below to embrace her. End of episode. Episode 4, The Dawn of the Age of Romantic Enlightenment, from Gibraltar to Alexandria. Scene 1, same cellar, minutes later. Cementeria is revived. She and Quasimodo are seated together on the sofa in front of the television.
Can I shut this off?
Is it on?
Quasimodo disables the television.
You and I, we're not like them. We report to a different authority.
We do.
You to a mother goddess and I to an overlord. Yet here in the United States, we become ensnared in a materialistic Judeo-Christian based culture from which we must escape.
He pulls out a travel folder from a pouch within his garment.
I booked passage on a Mediterranean sea cruise to Egypt. We fly to Gibraltar and sail through the Mediterranean to Alexandria. There we apply for jobs as Isis and Osiris. Isis is a mother goddess of fertility and nature, and Osiris is the god of the dead and the underworld. It's typecasting.
Quasimodo, let me see that. Quasimodo, this is a posting for caretakers.
I think it says crypt keeper.
Whatever. This is a maintenance job. Do you know that they live next to the temple in the servants' quarters and polish the silverware? I don't want to be a handmaid.
Well, it's a foot in the door. You'll be Isis in no time.
And you'll be Osiris.
The overlord of the underworld.
Pause as Quasimodo pleads with his eyes.
All right. I'll meet you at the airport.
Cementeria exits. Scene 2. While the crew rolls luggage up a ramp and into the ship, Quasimodo and Cementeria stand at the dock and sing. Cementeria enjoys leisure time on the ship, while Quasimodo does not. During the sea passage to Egypt, one of the men on the boat asks Cementeria,
Are you an entertainer?
And what if I am?
The passenger kneels before Cementeria as Quasimodo teaches her a song to sing in the ship's lounge.
He's gonna love this song. If created by God,
Created by God,
pay attention to God.
pay attention to God.
What you're doing,
What you're doing
while you're eating from his tree of knowledge. You only love him,
You only love him,
yet when you see him,
yet when you see him,
you cringe,
cringe
and hide in shame. For one day you forgot him,
but one day you forgot him,
and ate what was forbidden,
and ate what was forbidden,
when he was out of sight,
and he was out of mind.
you opened your devoted abandon to a world of knowledge and life. As for your God, you don't love him. If you do, you only hurt him. If you're a creature, you pay attention to your creator. Go meet your makers, see that they made you in love.
In love?
Love. See that they made you in love. Love. See that they made you in love. Love. See that they made you in love.
All the men on the boat are attracted to Cementeria. She, in turn, gives each one an opportunity to explore that attraction. Her power increases with each encounter, even as she alienates some wives of the men involved. She wears sailor outfits and dines at the captain's table. Meanwhile, Quasimodo wanders aimlessly around the ship in search of an opus. Rather than wallow with him, Cementeria becomes his advisor. He sits at the piano composing Anything Goes, although an identical song of the same title was composed by Cole Porter 62 years prior. Cementeria meets him at the piano.
Play something good.
Did you sleep with everyone on the ship?
Yes, everyone.
And you look positively radiant.
I think we're all having a good time. How about you?
Do you know the scientist on board?
Yes. He was good.
Did he seduce you?
Yes, he was kind and compassionate and sensitive and, well, he really had a way with...
Yes. Did you know that he's married?
Oh, that was his pickup line.
I love his wife. I love his wife.
Oh.
Have you ever met her?
No, what's her name?
Her name is Ossipita.
Oh.
She wants to be known as Isis, mistress of the world, taking pleasure in healing all mankind.
Has she done that for you?
Yes. We talk, we kiss, and then I go to my cabin and I fantasize about one of her 14 body parts.
Oh. Quasimodo, why do you go about loving her in such a piecemeal fashion?
I don't know, Cementeria. I'm still a grave digger. Blessed as a break from jail, steering from a spider's snare. Will you make the recall? If they call you, time will tell. Learn their wisdom, lesson one from kingdom come. Model till you're on and done, as we watch you in the sun. Take chiffon and satin. I asked you to, I don't know why. Many times you model and my eyes would cry. Not to set your reasoning and give or slander. What you did gave me so much pleasure. The mood you showed up went straight to my heart. You should have known what comes from the start. After when we're apart. Precious as a glistening stone, covered in a leaded tomb. Will you be a free? Will you be my only one? And many times I asked you to, I don't know why. Many times you model and my eyes would cry. Not to set your reasoning and give more splendor. What you did gave me so much pleasure. The mood you showed on went straight to my heart. You should have known what comes from the start. After when we're apart. I don't know why. Many times you model and my eyes would cry. Not to set your reasoning and give more splendor. What you did gave me so much pleasure. Those bruises, the current, coursing straight through my heart. You should have known what comes from the start. I'll see you later when we're apart.
I now realize a fundamental difference between you and Ossipita's husband. He seduced me. You did not. If I leave anything with you before I rejoin the other passengers, it's that a woman should be conscious before you start getting excited about her.
Scene 4, as the ship docks in a mysterious port.
The moon is the same moon about you, glowing cool, deep night. The stars are glowing to me now, now that the shine so bright. The ship is making an unscheduled stop in Tunisia. Of course, we can stay on board if you want. But what is there to do on board?
We could stay and sulk.
Oh.
It's just some tourist kickback thing between the captain and some of the merchants in the area.
The captain is showing us where the most exclusive golds and silks are sold. I'm going. Everyone is going. Come on, let's go shopping!
I'm staying.
Scene 5, Ossipita's cabin. While everyone else is shopping on shore, there is one other person that remains sulking on board, and here she is.
Ossipita, knock knock, are you in there?
Yes, come in.
You are ravishing.
Oh, I wish my husband thought so.
Your husband is crazy.
Oh, he has a wandering eye. All he talks about is Cementeria. I hate her. She gets all the fucking attention. All the men on the ship want to sleep with her, and then the captain invites her to dine at his table.
Would you like to meet her?
I wouldn't be caught dead on the same shuffleboard court as her. Hey, would you like to meet my husband? I know you'd like him. You remind me of him.
But I don't have his training in biofeminine technology.
Oh, well, you're a good-looking man, Quasimodo. What did you do before you decided to blow 6 weeks on a sea cruise?
I was a grave digger.
It's an honest job. Why'd you stop?
Oh, I don't know. Well, everything stopped. I met Cementeria.
Oh, there's a name again!
I won't mention her again. There's no need to think about her. Come, lie with me, Ossipita. Stimulate the back of my brain.
Okay, hey, where is everyone?
They went to a market to buy gold.
Hey, let's go!
I don't know where it is.
We'll find them. Come on.
No, we can't. I feel like it's 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees out there.
While on shore, Ossipita and Quasimodo are ambushed by Hanseatic tradesmen. The ship leaves without them since they were supposedly on board. When they awaken, they find themselves in the middle of the desert, stripped of everything but a map. They begin making land routes to Alexandria in the hopes of meeting the boats there. Quasimodo reads from the map.
The desert, a constant threat to the fruitful union of the Nile and the Green Valley. Many couples go there to discover their powers of seduction. Oh, gee, Ossipita, maybe this is just what we need.
I miss being able to call my husband.
Various adventures follow.
This kind of love just puts me away. You bring me higher, I tremble from light and behave. myself in order to please you. I check my pulse and the depth of my breathing. I still don't know what goals are seething inside. So put me away. So put me away. Hey, I'll find a love in my life, and I put my past life out of sight. Then I look and I see you by my side. You make me very happy. You kind of put me away. Hey, you tap a fountain and make it open wide. Kind of high on my word, and I was not to be heard. That's right. So put me away. So put me away. Hey, something got in the way. Someone made me this away.
Hug me, Quasimodo. I miss being squeezed.
He kisses her nose and squeezes her hand.
Tell me you love me.
I think very highly of you.
Oh, you devil. Why must you be conditional? Can't you give me everything I want?
There are a lot of devils out there. I'm training you for the real world in case we get separated. Oh,
I'd rather have your unconditional love.
I love you.
Then are you ready to do it the woman's way?
Are you ready to do it the bison's way?
I'll find you a bison. You can do it with a bison. You look like a fucking bison. What's happening to you?
In the desert, Quasimodo grows repulsive.
Ow, you're hurting me, you fuck. Why must you be so aggressive? I'm surprised you never killed that crematoria or whatever the hell it is you call her.
Cemeteria is a dead woman.
Oh, are you going to kill her?
No, I restored her to life. She, in return, gave me new movement choices. I used to be a hunchback.
I hate to tell you, Quasimodo, you still are.
Meanwhile, the boat reaches the port of call, the dock of destination. Scene 6, welcome to Alexandria. Everyone on the ship is transformed. The transformed passengers march down the gangplank on parade, led out by celebrity belly dancers. The Minister of Housing and Construction greets them.
Welcome, renowned doctors and titans of industry, to Alexandria, the Egyptian Baywatch, that pristine coast of white dunes and low-slung fig trees, where the jacuzzis run with champagne and promiscuity knows no bounds. At some point during your visit, we will offer the chance to purchase timeshares.
Conclusion. The legend of Isis and Osiris. While they achieve heights of ongoing momentary satisfaction, Ossipata and Quasimodo discover that they do not love each other enough to prolong their argument, and so they go their separate ways. Sementaria and Quasimodo reunite to be embraced by the Egyptians, Sementaria's only competition for the job of Isis being Ossipata.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Customs official. Before you let her into this country, better ask to see her birth certificate. Better yet, ask to see her death certificate.
She looks okay to me.
Ossipata chooses to travel on to the land of Syria with a new husband introduced to her by Sementaria.
Goodbye, Ossipata. Maybe there in Syria you could be the Syrian goddess of war, Ishtar.
Most of the people on the boat return to their homes in Europe and the Americas, but not without first paying a visit to the Temple of the Gods, where Sementaria has become known as Isis and Quasimodo has become known as Osiris.
We rule Egypt and teach its people all the basic skills of civilization.
Their reign is harmonious, troubled only by the occasional exchange of commentary.
I am a bull, and Isis is the cow of Memphis.
Actually, Osiris is a vegetable.
Oh, what do you mean a vegetable?
I mean what I said. Vegetation's easy.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
Technically.
don't take it so. Vegetable, sorry.
After a particularly obfuscated chasm widens between them, Quasimodo, as Osiris, leaves Sementaria as Isis and visits his brother Set, the god of darkness, played by Dan Emery. Set's mind had already formed vile opinions of Isis, which Osiris could use to supplement and support his own dark feelings. However, the only reason Set hated Isis was because he hated Osiris more. While Isis minced clams, Set plans to mince Quasimodo. Here's the scene.
This is a great knife. It minces quinces and it slices Isis. Oh, Quasimodo. I mean, Osiris. What are you doing here? Don't you know that I want to rule Egypt?
I know, Seth, but you're my brother, at least for purposes of this religious service. And I don't have enough compassion for people to really understand your feelings. I just want love from everyone. And I'm trying to love everyone, starting with you, brother.
All right. Here's a knife.
What does it do?
It minces quinces and it slices Isis. Wouldn't it be great to cut her up?
Oh, I don't want to cut her up.
Try it.
What should I cut?
Cut yourself.
You do it.
I must not.
Oh, go ahead. Don't be silly. If you want to try the knife, cut off my arm. My powers of regeneration are legendary. My blood doesn't flow, it quivers.
Set jeopardizes Osiris's power of regeneration by separating his body into 14 pieces. They stay alive, but Set scatters them, and a fish eats one of them.
Chomp. Gulp.
I'm calling to you. All the pieces of you come falling from the sky. I'm scattering you, and never will you be joined, no matter how hard you try. You fall in pieces, I hide the pieces. All except for the one that got away. You'll always be a part. Yes, we'll never be apart. I'm gathering you, all the pieces of you are lathered within the sea. I'm assembling you, all the pieces of you come swimming, come crawling back to me. You're torn in pieces, you're 13 pieces. Surrounding a hole, which will always be. You'll always be a part. Yes. We'll never be a part.
And now, for the benefit of the tourists of Alexandria, Temple Crypt Keepers Quasimodo and Cemeteria perform the passion play of Osiris and Isis. Scene 2, the pieces are talking.
This world's religion is very bad luck. I'm all cut up. I want to find Isis just to tell her I love her. Ooh, she sends me a healing dream. Then she comes to me. Oh, there you are. Look what my brother has done to my body. Set kills, enticed me, and scattered my parts to each of the 7 seas.
I know. I managed to recover most of them, but I couldn't find your phallus. So I'll have to strap this one on myself. Now don't run away.
Goodness gracious, Isis! What has come over you?
Hold still. If I keep prodding there, you'll grow your own.
This religious service has been brought to you by the Congregational Temples of Isis and Osiris, the source of all legends of resurrection. Your tour guides will meet you outside. Meanwhile, in the servants' quarters...
I can't believe what I have to go through on that altar for the next week of Sundays. I guess it's kind of funny me getting cut into Gumby pieces and her poking me with that prodding rod from her pocketbook. The tourists seem to like it. Oh boy. I guess we could do it again tomorrow, but the next Mediterranean cruise that docks here, and we are history. I gotta tell Cemeteria. Still, she really is my Isis, my mother goddess. She restored me when I was so scattered. Where is she? I gotta tell her we're getting out of here. Cemeteria? Did she die again? I'll revive her with my foolproof method.
Set enters and puts a bag of ashes in front of Quasimodo.
What is that? Am I supposed to be responsible for this mess? Is this part of the ritual? Who's this ashes here? And where's Cemeteria?
And now, here they are, Isis and Osiris!
Oh, better get out there. Hey, what do Osipana and her husband get off being us?
I share in your concern of the eternal return of the dearly departed. All bodies are to rise and to join their souls in a corporal paradise. It's horrific. Cremation puts an end to this cremation nonsense. Burn in the eternal return of the popcorn kernels with the journals in the ashes. Osiris agrees, and they the same.
What if all bodies are preserved like mine? Tombs, crypts, pyramids, cemeteries take up too much parking space. Learn to burn in the inferno the eternal return of the popcorn kernels with the journals in the ashes.
That's great, honey. Excuse me.
Oh, Osipana, what? What happened here?
What happened? What is it?
Osipana, what happened here?
Quasimodo, remember when you told me that Cemeteria was a dead woman and I thought that you meant to kill her?
Yes, I thought I explained that.
Well, I know. She died. I saw her death certificate. She was a match girl named I Want You In Me. She sold matches for a living. One night, people weren't buying, and she used her inventory to make herself warmer. As the night grew colder and darker, she got too close to the match flame and caught fire. Cause of death, incineration. Sorry.
You did this! You and your friends from the Inferno! Help me bring her back!
She's with us now. Burn in the Inferno, the eternal return of the resurrected dead. Put the ashes in an urn.
Osipata rejoins the Syrian Osiris. In his search for help, Quasimodo consults the Reverend Norman Vincent Peale.
Quiet, I'm on the phone here. Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm trying to get some help here.
We at the Marble Collegiate Church help the bereaved achieve freedom from their loss.
Well, yes, can you help me
You
regenerate?
are grounded in generosity. No longer shall you be wretched in wealth.
Well, but can you help me regenerate my cemetery from a powder? Hello? Are you there? Look, address my request or forget I confessed. I'm calling the sons and daughters of Satan. They promised to help me.
They break their promises.
Sons and Daughters of Satan Geriatric Center.
The eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn dead with the ashes in an urn. Let's return the eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes. Burning the eternal return of the resurrected dead with the ashes in an urn. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn dead with the ashes in an urn. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes. Burning the eternal return of the resurrected dead with the ashes in an urn. The eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn dead with the ashes in an urn. Burning the eternal return of the popcorn kernel to the journals in the ashes.
Sorry about the carnage. Look upon this vast ossuary as my way of conveying total satiation.
Hello? Baby! Don't touch me!
Years later, in their Victorian home in an exclusive courtyard within the pearly gates, Quasimodo and Cemeteria toast to their safety and recall how close they came to losing everything during their visit to Egypt.
You should never have introduced her to that tycoon psycho from Syria.
Wanted to know him.
A little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Honey, I can clear your mind and massage her. So you don't have to think about it. You can go on and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Cemeteria. Then your plans take you out this evening?
No, Quasimodo, I plan to stay in with you.
Thank you. Makes the dairy of playing Cemetery.
Make a wish word. Make your wishes heard. If you can say them, you can make them true. Speak your wishes, and they'll be real to you. And instead of trying to hide, make the wish your guide. I fell in love one day, but could I stay that way? I tried to guess what's in my lover's mind, and my desires provided thoughts I find, and the strain it took to let desires lead. The wishes built up and the mystery unfurled. I love the mystery in its wild, exotic world. I love the people who make the mystery grow. I love to check if what they say is so. I am enlightened, so I write what I feel. Now I wonder, are these cancelled wishes But it's better
thank both. Andy Eulenhoff as Peter Gabriel and Satan. Charles Herald as our heavenly host. Dan Emery as Seth, the God of Darkness and the Overlord. You should buy a Stan Emery EP for his CD board. And we have Deborah Wakefield as Matilda. Erica Bell as Ossipita. Steve Espinola at the piano. Nicholas Rolls as the son. The announcers. And Little Oscar on the percussion and drums. He's Savant. Little Oscar. Thank you, Keir Crow, the director and choreographer of this project. And finally, Lisa Peter D'Souza. Peter D'Souza as Prepare to Meet Your Maker, the author. And Lisa Terry as Lementarian. Thank you all for coming out. Enjoy the rest of the evening here at the Sidewalk. Thank you, Lash, for giving us this performance opportunity. Enjoy the gallery. Rachel Stage is working back there. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.